This is Into Math 2nd grade, Module 18, Lesson 3. The I can statement is I can use a ruler to measure the length of an object to the nearest inch. Please gather your workbook and a pencil and turn to page 440. We will start under Build Understanding. Tia sees the longest leaf on a plant. She wants to know its length. Help Tia measure this leaf. Use one of your paper rulers and an inch ruler. So here we have our paper ruler, and underneath we have our inch ruler. And let's take a look at the connected vocabulary. We can see a picture of the inch ruler, showing that right here is the line where it starts, and then we go over, and here's the line where it stops, and that equals 1 inch. So even though the ruler starts here, we actually measure where the line starts. So it's a little bit different than our paper ruler. You'll notice here that we've lined up our paper ruler right with this line that says 0. And so even though the ruler starts here, we're always going to use an inch ruler line that starts right here. So that's new to us. So let's take a look first at part A. The leaf is blank squares long. So using this paper ruler, how many squares is the leaf? The leaf is 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Now we're going to look at part B. What is the length of 1 square? Well, we see that 1 square here measures to 1 inch. When we line up the paper ruler to where we start at the 0 for our inch ruler, it goes over and it ends at exactly 1 inch. So we can answer that the length of 1 square is 1 inch. Now let's take a look at part C. The leaf is blank inches long. Okay, so we know that we start here at our 0 mark and we go to the leaf end. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. That's where the leaf ends. So our leaf is 3 inches. And we know that each square was 1 inch. So 3 inches long. Now let's take a look at part D. If the leaf were 5 squares long, what would its length be in inches? So now we're pretending that the leaf actually goes to the 5 right here. Like, let's just pretend that this leaf gets bigger. So here we are with a leaf, and now we need to find out how many inches it would be. Well, it would go to the 5 right here, which means it would be in how many inches? 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can write that in here, that it would be 5 inches. Nice work. Let's take a look at the next page, page 441, under Step It Out. Nash measures the leaves of a different plant. Use an inch ruler to measure the leaf below. So we're going to look at part A. Make sure the 0 mark on the ruler is lined up with one end of the leaf. So here we have our inch ruler right here, and they're taking this leaf and they're lining it up right at the 0 mark, right at that line. So it's different than when we used our paper ruler and we started right at the edge. We're going to go to that line. That's a big difference in using the inch ruler. Okay, so we see here that we've lined it up with the 0, and then it goes all the way over, and then this is where it ends. So now find the inch mark that is closest to the other end of the leaf. We've lined it up at 0. What is the closest inch mark? Looks like it is this number right here, 4. So we can answer the leaf is 4 inches long. And we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. So let's check for understanding. How long is the flower? Use an inch ruler to measure. So you may want to pause and try this part on your own. You will need an inch ruler to measure. Or you can follow along with me. So I'm going to do the first step, which is take my inch ruler and I'm going to line it up to the end of the plant with the 0 mark. Remember, we're not lining it up to the beginning of the ruler. We're always going to look for that 0 mark, which starts here. So then we have this, and then we're going to just place it underneath the plant and see where the plant ends, this flower. And here's where it ends. It ends at 5. So we know that this plant is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means it is 5 inches long. Great job. As always, you can go back and rewatch this video and pause anytime you need to.